Well, now, this video is all about being a millionaire in a period of only 4 years. By the way, 4 years is quite of a short period of time. In Kenya, we do elections after every 5 years. In US, they do so in after every 4 years. So it's a short. By the way, if you decide to actually marry immediately after this video, guess how old your kid will be like 3 years. So that means that you really need some cash. And guess what? We are talking about individuals. If you earn as little as 50,000 Kenyan shillings each and every month, that's like $500. And by the way, even if you earn 40,000, I'm going to also teach you how to trick. Let's say I'm actually covering individuals who are around 50,000, 40,000 and above. I'm going to take you step. And by the way, listen, I am not a motivational speaker. I give you verifiables, real information that can actually be used and help you to achieve that particular target. Are we together? So I'm not here to hype you. I'm giving you real examples, real things, real deals. That's how real I am on this particular video. And this gives you all the reasons why you should hit that like button. By the way, have you ever asked yourself, why do we YouTubers tell you to subscribe and like the video? Have you ever even wondered why do we tell you that? Why? I care about you. Why? Have you ever watched a excuse me? Have you ever watched a video and you'll never see that person again? See, the moment you like the video, the YouTube will suggest to you such kind of videos. By the way, if today we go to my computer, I show you, you'll see everything about investments. See, if you like this video, you are telling the YouTube, be showing me this. So that's why we tell you to like the video, if you like the video, indeed. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry about that. And of course, make sure again you go ahead and do what? You subscribe. Why? You'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. Let's go into business. Now, you have yourself a net salary of 50,000, okay? You earn yourself a net salary of 50,000. Now, this net salary of 50,000, of course, this is the money that, of course, comes in after you work, you trade your time, energy, and skills, and you get it. Now, see, the target is to actually get yourself to a millionaire. But before you do that, first of all, let's define a millionaire. Who is a millionaire according to you? See, a millionaire is anyone who has an asset accumulated to a 1 million. And of course, a millionaire is actually, or your net worth is actually defined by get your assets, subtract the debts that you own. Whatever is remaining there, you are a millionaire. For example, you can't tell me you are a millionaire. Say you have like $1,000,000 shilling or bill or whatever the thing it is in a bank, and then you owe somebody like 200,000. Of course, you're not a millionaire because 200 out of whatever you own is not yours. Are we together? See, now, how do you get into a millionaire mark when a salary of 50,000? Now, this is where I want you to sit down, relax, and ask yourself, what exactly do I need? Okay, now, 50,000, of course, for you to invest, it starts with first managing the money, how to manage it, how to make sure that this money is subjected to the rightful ways. Remember even one thing, that God stops growth where there is no management. Now, out of this, the only amount of money that I need from you to be setting aside each and every month is as little as 17K. As little as 17K. And if you can 18K, no problem. A 17, 18K, you're good to go. So if you can only save 17,000, that means that you're left with 3,000 per month to actually do what? Finance what we call the recurrent expenditure. Recurrent expenditure for our case is as things to do with rent, food, fuel, maybe if you have a car, and I'll be shocked if you have a car with this amount of money, and maybe perhaps like these normal things that are human, clothing, personal effects, utilities, and what have you. So now the point is, you ask yourself, how can I exist? How can I survive with these 33,000? Point number one, you may actually be required to actually downgrade your life if this a million thing means a lot to you. And this is what I always love to challenge people. If today I cover your mouth and your nose like this, let's say from your behind, and of course you can see where I'm heading. Of course, to what extent, what can you exactly do to actually breathe? You'll be so desperate to breathe to a point whereby you can scratch me, you can bite me, you can hit me, you can do anything. You can fight yourself so that you can breathe because you're so desperate to breathe. So how about if you were to view success that way? Assume that I'm covered. Assume that I'm not breathing. I want to get that money. See, when you're actually in that particular point, that is when the language of downgrading your life kicks in. This is when you realize, you know what? I would actually migrate from the house that I'm living. I'll actually, shake off some of the things that I'm doing. I'll actually go ahead and, you know what? Even if it means me changing my kids to the school that they are going right now, I know the quality education is an amazing, but they can still get another quality education from a different place where it will actually help me to save 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. I'll actually stop hanging around with these people, because the moment I hang around, have you ever heard of somebody saying that if I hang around with these guys, I use my money? You get what I'm saying? I have to lay this. I know you are here to get how to a million with 50. I know you are here. Probably you're already impatient. But listen, I'm just laying the foundation to explain to, because at the end of the day, if I tell you, you can do this and that, and then I see you in the next one. I have not provided you with the substantive information to actually help you understand what energy or what sort of a contribution you need for you to achieve that. See, you have yourself the 33,000. You ask yourself, what exactly can I do with this money? Where can I invest this money? You get what I'm saying? Now, the point is, if you take this 17,000 that you've actually managed to save and you throw it in an investment, and the investment here, I want you to go to an investment that is giving you compound interest, and I want to give you to an investment that is giving you approximately 12% returns per annum. Are we together? Now, you take this 17K, you throw it in an investment. You can talk of a FIF, that is fixed investment fund, or you can talk to its sister, which is an MMF. Are we together? And then you be contributing this money monthly into that. Guess how much you're gonna end up with? Approximately 1.85 million. Guess how, for after how long? As little as 4 years. We are done. We are done. That is it. That was the whole reason why I told you hit this video. That is it. Take 17,000, throw it there in approximate period of 4 years, you have yourself $1 million. And you can actually be termed as a millionaire. If this $1 million means you starting a business, if this $1 million means you say, hey, you know what, going to, having a monthly return of, for example, if you throw $1 million in an investment in Kenya, we're going to be giving you approximately 10K to 13K. Do you know what that means? I mean, let's say you even get 11K out of this. This 11K, if you were to add the 11K to the existing 33,000, now we are talking about 46K. Are we together? Now, the life that you're actually straining to live, now you can a little bit upgrade it. Well, if upgrading means a lot to you, but if you were to still hold the status quo and keep on pushing that, you can actually raise this money to a point whereby you're actually earning equivalents of this, because you only need 5 million to be earning approximately 50,000 in a month. If you have 5 million, and of course, after the 4.4 years, I know you might think like now it will require me 20 years to get to 5 million mark. No, you're forgetting there's something called compound interest. If you dare go for another whole year, a whole round, you may actually realize this money is going to 1.4, 1.3 there, or even 1.5 or something of sort. Okay? Again, I'm just throwing random numbers. You can go check it out from the compound interest calculator. Now, what happens is that you only need to surrender this amount of money. Let's say, do you know? Yeah, of course, I understand. Not majority of the people want this amount of money in a month. By the way, we have statistics in Kenya that says those people who earn 100,000 per month and above in Kenya are only 400,000 people. Yeah, if you are lucky, maybe you're earning this amount of money. And they say most of the people, over 65% of Kenyans, I'm giving the KNBS statistics, that's the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. They are saying that those people who are over 65% of Kenyans, over 65% of Kenyans, they earn a salary of 15K all the way to 60K. So it means that most of the people fall under this, but most of the Kenyans, a huge chunk of Kenyans, they earn approximately 40,000, approximately 40K, in between 10K to 40K. A lot of people, that is what they earn. So if you within this bracket, you can actually, this video actually makes sense for you. That's why I said from 40 and above. Why? See, if you were to deduct 17,000 from 40,000, you're actually going to remain with 23,000. Probably that one may actually be a little bit of a strain for you to actually survive on it. I mean, sometimes, it's good to be logic, yeah? There's something called over savings. There is no need of you sacrificing this 17,000 and then that particular month you're straining, you're actually even borrowing it. It does not make any sense. What if you are to bring this figure to a little bit lower levels, to say, let's actually take 5K and throw it here so that we can survive on 28. So if you deduct 12K, 5K here, we are remaining with 12K. 12K, you throw it in an MMF with the same formula, the same returns, Probably you're gonna hit your 1 million approximately at a period of, say, the previous one was 4 years, maybe 6 years, maybe 5 5.5 years or 5 years around there approximately. So you only need to adjust two things. You can either adjust the period of time. Instead of the guys who can save 17 for 4 years, you can actually go for 12,000. They can actually give you their million in a period of 5 years. There is nothing wrong to just wait for a little bit of 365 days and you get yourself a million. Or if it means 5.5 years, well and good. I mean, for God's sake, 5.5 years, just like I used an example at the beginning of this video. If you are to marry today, you can just imagine how old your kid will be anyway, if kids means a lot to you anyway, of which, see, what I'm saying is that adjust yourself based on what if you do not have this 40, you have yourself like 30. If you have 30K a month, you can decide out of that save 10 do the same in approximately 6 years, you have yourself a million. I mean, it's all about making sure that at least you're doing something. Do not despise that amount of money that you are there, because I've been getting DMs, especially from young guys, are telling me, hey Joseph, how do I become a millionaire? I would love to get myself a million. Then you ask them, how much do you earn as of? By the way, before I even complete that statement, when you are saving in a period of 6 years, a lot of things will change in between. And even before you hit your 6 years, an opportunity can come up. Maybe you are at your 300,000, maybe you are at your 400, maybe you are at your 500. An opportunity comes in, a very nice and good business that you have actually verified its workability, feasibility, and what you get into it. Because remember, this vehicle of investment, it's a slower vehicle, but it's a sure vehicle. But the vehicle of our business is a faster vehicle, but there is a lot of uncertainties in between. So if you can get a vehicle of business where you can actually strike a deal, get money, of course, a clean one, go ahead and grab that opportunity. You see, you have yourself 300,000 there. You've realized you are in the holidaying season. There is something that you can actually buy and resell it and make quite of a good amount. But go ahead and grab it. Go ahead and start that business. It does not mean necessarily that you have to wait for 6 years, for 7 years, for 10 years to actually actualize that. No, come on. Only a fool doesn't change his mind. You have to spread your tentacles out there. You have to be an individual who is listening to the ground. What exactly is trending? What can I do? Where can I make money from? And all those kind of things. So when you bring all this combination, I mean, you're good to go. And that is exactly how the greatness is made. And as always, this is Good Joseph. And I come here to try the best as I can to share such information, because we were never provided with. So if you need my services in one way or the other, you can always grab that number of mine from the description of this specific video. Shoot me a text or a call or an email, because my email again is there. We can talk business, and see you the next one. Allow me to say thank you for you always coming back to watch my videos, and thank you for your eyeballs. And if you're watching me for the first time, do the thing, subscribe and like the video. See you there.